Hi everybody, this is Harmony with Harmony Stitches, and welcome back to my channel where we talk about my crafting adventures. This week it's going to be all cross stitch. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back each week and spending some time with me. If this is your first time or maybe even your second or third time coming back, thank you so much for giving me a try and trusting me with some of your YouTube viewing time. So this week, like I said, it was all cross stitch. I'm taking a break from knitting because of summer sock camp. It kind of not burnt me out on knitting, but it was a time for a little break on that. So we'll go ahead and get started talking about the cross stitch and everything I've done. I have a little bit of pile here, and I may have spent all of my spending money for the month in 2 shopping trips. So let's go ahead and get started. The first one that I'm going to talk about is I'll insert a picture so you can see what it looks like. This will be for a Christmas gift. And this week I was in the car for a little bit, so I got some done. So the hat is almost, I would say 50% done because I did come up and around. There's one little line up there that I need to finish. I ran out of floss. And then I just need to bring this down and mimic the ear flap on the other side and then finish the words. So I'm getting there on that. I will stitch on that while I'm in the car. This one does call for 2 colors. I believe 816 and 3371. I had the 3371 but not the 816, so I substituted it for 321. And this one I had it was charted in the Weimaraner chart, the dog chart, and I didn't like it, so I put it in my stash, and then I thought that it was perfect for this one. It was a red, that way I didn't have to go out and buy anything. So I will continue working on this one when I'm in the car, that when my husband is driving, and so I will do that, and I'll plug away. The reason why I started it so soon is because I want to ensure that I do get it done for Christmas, especially if something were to happen. I mean, some people, it is for a coworker, and some people are already working from home, but this way I can get it done, and then if this person stops into the office for anything, then she'll be able to get it when she's there. So maybe she won't get it until February, maybe she'll be able to get it in November, but still, I don't know. I'm just trying to work ahead. Just because we all learned that, kind of like Big Brother, expect the unexpected. Okay, the next one that I've just been trying to plug away at is Lizzie Kate's Halloween Rules. And this is what it looks like when it's completed if you stitch it this way. And I started on the bottom because I do like to stitch from the top up and from right to left. That's just my preferred way. I feel my stitches look better that way, so why not? Okay, so I did plug away at this a little bit. I was able to go to the store and get a little bit more floss because I was kind of, oops, I dropped one. I was kind of at a standstill with the floss that I had in my stash already. So there's a few colors. I am still missing some. I like this one, 3809. That's really a really pretty blue. So I don't have all of the floss that I need, but I was able to finish 1 block, so I have 11 to go. And I finished Howl at the Moon. Okay, and so one of the issues that I have, of course, because my fabric is pretty light, I did not, I probably should have went and dunked this again in some coffee. I probably should have re-coffee and tea dyed it. To make it a little bit darker, but I did not. So one of the issues is the white, but on camera in the natural light you can see the white in the moon's face and for the teeth. So I just grabbed a strand of Blanc, DMC Blanc, from another project that I had laying out. So that one works. So that block is finished. This one I got the outline done. That one has a lot of white in it. So it is Be Spooktacular, and it has 3 bones. And I forgot to buy I forgot to get the purple for the Bee Spooktacular part. I think I have the oranges for the pumpkin, but I forgot the purple. So I don't know what I'm going to do about these bones because my fabric is quite a bit lighter than the one that she used. So I think I will leave that block for last and just continue going up and then see how things go. And like I said, I'm not in any hurry to get this one finished. I just figured I would plug away at it, putting a strand in here or there whenever I felt like it, needed a break from whatever else I was doing. So not too shabby. I was able to finish one block. All right, let me shove this back in the bag. And we'll move on to the wheel spin for last week was Bittersweet Trio by Waxing Moon Designs. And I started with the fox. And my goal for the week was to get the pumpkin and the sunflowers and the stalk and the leaves done. So I didn't quite meet that goal because I switched to something else, because that's the way that my brain needed to go. Okay, I did get the pumpkin done. I actually got the pumpkin done. Oops, let's show the whole thing. Okay, so this is the fox so far. I did get the pumpkin done actually last Sunday after I filmed my video. I think I stitched it during Big Brother. So I think that's what I did. And then I did the stalks, and I put all of the sunflowers have at least 2 colors in them. So on these 2, the outside was the same color, so I went ahead and did that. And then here's why I went a different direction, because I'm putting them all together as one piece, so I was eliminating this border between them. So I'm not stitching that. I just wanted to stitch this one single stitch border. And so I just had to figure out how I was going to do it. So I figured, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and finish, take it up, and then this side is ready for the other leaf. There's a leaf in each corner. This leaf is complete. It has the stitches in the center. And the other ones, I did not get to that part yet. But I needed them as a placeholder for the border so I could make sure that everything was going to work out. I believe it's going to work out, just even though these stitches here on the leaf will be sticking into the other pattern a little bit. I checked, and on each one on the corners, there is enough room for that leaf to come inside. So I should be able to stitch this with no issue as one whole piece. The fabric is big enough. Again, I'll show you what it looks like. It's so cute. So I am well over 3/4 of the way done with this block. So the next time I pick it up, I will probably just skip the bittersweet and the sunflowers and move on to the next block, so that way I can make bigger progress. Well, it's the same amount of progress, isn't it? But it will look like there's more progress, and I think I'll feel more satisfied with how far I've come. Okay, the next one is another new start. Yeah, I know I'm a little crazy, but here's it kind of lends itself into my purchases for the week. So I'll go ahead and show you the piece that I got. This is from the dollar store. It was just a couple bucks, and my husband went there for something and then came back and said, hey, there's a corrugated metal little ghost. You might want that. So we went up there, and there was this one, and then there was one where the ghost was a little bit different shape. He was a little bit skinnier. So it was sitting on the kitchen table because, of course, all of my things have to come upstairs, and I don't like to come up here because it's too warm. So it was sitting there staring at me, and I said, I have 2 freebie charts in my books app on my phone that would go perfect on there. I'm going to stitch one. So I picked one, and I thought I would go ahead and get started on it and finish it on Friday. Like, start it on Friday, finish it on Friday. I was wrong. Because some of this I actually stitched yesterday on Saturday, September 4th. Not very much. I finished the sign, and I put in that black star, and that was all I got into it yesterday. So, this particular chart is a little bit bigger than the other one, and I didn't realize that when I started. So I do not have much margin at the top, but the way that I finish it, you only need a little bit to fold over your mounting piece, whether it's foam core, sticky board, cardboard, whatever you put it on. So even if I fold it there, I have this much left over. So it's plenty. But here's the problem. I'm going to flip this little banner up so that way it's out of the way. It's too big. See, this is the indentation of his body. It's too big. Dang it. Which is fine. I'll have it stitched up. I'll find a different finishing piece, but that just means that I have to stitch the other one. Now, will I get to it by this Halloween? I don't know. It's fine because this little guy can just sit out the way that he is, and it'll be cute that way as well. So I am working on this. It calls for 4 colors, I believe, 5 colors. This color, the handle of this little sign, there's going to be a ghost over here holding it. It was charted for a different color, but that was the only spot that was there, that color showed up. So I just grabbed a little brown out of my stash and just stitched it with that. So I wasn't going to go buy a whole skein for that. And then this particular chart, oh, and I swapped the orange because I don't know if you remember, but way back, some videos earlier on in the year, I went to the store and got a whole bunch of floss when it was on sale. And one of the charts called for DMC 608, which is a really bright orange. It's blowing out in the light. And then I got home and realized it was a 3-color Christmas chart. And I said, why on earth did they use orange instead of red? I didn't like it. So my husband said, just go pick a red. And I think some of you even commented and said, just pick your favorite red to go with the green that you have and leave the orange for something else. So instead of buying another orange for this chart and other Halloween charts, I just grabbed this one. And yeah, I know, it says Happy Holidays. I just used the thread tags that I already had. And then Blanc, and then 310. And then the purple is 208. But I did all of the purple in this chart already. Oh, no, I lied. I have a little leftover piece in my bag, but there's one more star up there, and that's all of the 208 that is in this chart. So I just went ahead and put it back in my stash. I have enough. I have a scrap piece here that will finish that little tiny star. So I will probably continue working on this one just until it's done because it says Happy Halloween, and then it has another ghost, and then a star. I think one more star, the purple one, and then it's done. So I'll continue to plug away at this one and get that done. And I already have the fabric cut for the other little piece, and then maybe I'll start that as well. So that way I can possibly maybe have a ready for display piece before October, before Halloween. And also, with the Super Mario chart that I got in its full coverage and it uses so many different colors of floss, I thought maybe I could start some of these little small freebies that I have in my stash that are occupying floss, so that way I can then take the rest of it and put it in for the Super Mario chart. Because if you remember from last week, or whenever I talked to you about it, some of the colors only are going to use 2 strands, maybe 3 strands. So it's okay if I use it for a different project and then steal it for, you know, reallocate it to a different project bag. So there's that. So that was my plan. So 2 reasons to start yet another new one, because I have a finishing piece staring at me, and then to reallocate the floss. Okay, last normal whip focus whip for the week is Pandemic. My goal was to get page 3 completed. I'm almost to that goal. Well, this month I wanted to get page 3 done and finish page 8. So I'm this close to finishing page 3, and then I've worked on a lot of page 8, but some of it is lower than the frame. So I will have to move the frame in order to complete it. I probably won't move it until I've worked on filling in more white space first. So here we are. Okay, so this is kind of the edge of page 3. So I need to finish the little, whatever these are. There's some more here. There's a couple of little tiny butterflies, and then there is a bird that sits on top of that sunflower. And that is page 3. And then I worked on this for page 8, but I can't remember if I did that last week and I showed you that already, or if I did that this week. I was trying to just go down and complete it, but a lot of this, this is page 8 right there. And it's a big motif, and I don't know if I want to try to work from the top down. I don't like to stitch that way, or if I'm just going to save it until I move the frame and then just stitch the whole thing from the bottom up. I'll continue working on that and see what happens. All right, the whip wheel spin for this week landed on Weimaraner. This is a pattern from an Etsy shop. The designer is overseas, and she does a lot of dog charts, and then all of them say, like this one would say Weimaraner mom on the bottom. Or, you know, if it's Dachshund, it'll say Dachshund mom, or Dalmatian mom, or Maltese mom, whatever it may be. She has a whole bunch. I will link her Etsy shop below if I can find it. I didn't purchase it. My husband purchased it for me as a gift, so I will have to see if I can remember her shop name, maybe if I have the email still that he forwarded to me. But so this came up on the whip wheel, and dear husband, when I told him it came up on the wheel because he wants me to work on this, he said, oh, good. I said, oh, why is that good? And he said, because you'll finish it this week. And I looked at my daughter, and we both kind of smiled and said, no. So this is the progress that I have so far. This is one paw, and this is his leg. He's like not laying down, but you know, with their head up, not all the way on the floor. So there are tons of colors in here. And what I did last time is I would work on a color and just do the color block, and then I would move to the to the left with the next color block. And there is a little bit in there that I need to fill in because I don't like fill-in. I also think that my stitches don't look very well when I'm filling in. So there is that. So I will work on this today. Again, I will take this to work and work on it on my lunch and bring it home. And then if I get tired of any of the rest of these projects that I have sitting here, then I will put a strand or two in this. And as always, I have forgotten to tell you all what the fabric and floss for most of these, all of these projects really, everything, because I learned that about myself that I will forget to tell you, everything is in the description box below. I'll put all of the patterns that I've talked about and that I'm working on, and then the floss and the fabric items in case you want to know. I do believe that this is 22 count. Or 20 count, Aida, in kind of like an antique-y white color. She did also chart, like you have two options. You can do it on a white-ish color, or you can do it on a black color. But I felt, and then my husband's like, isn't that going to be kind of hard to see? In the mock-up photo that she gives you, no, it wasn't hard to see at all. But it might have been a little bit hard to stitch because there is black in there and some dark browns. And yeah, it probably would have been hard to stitch. And for me, it's already hard for me to keep my place. I definitely have to use my books app and highlight where I left off and what color I finished. So that way I don't lose my place, because some parts are a little bit confetti. But thankfully there are blocks of color where you can just stitch the color up in. But yeah, I was really interested in stitching it on the dark color, but I went with the lighter one. Okay, so I do have some purchases this week. Like I said, I spent all of my money. We had some adulting to do yesterday, and we had some appointments, and we had a fairly large break in between appointments. So we went to the Dollar General and found some more things. And this was a different one that I normally go to, and they had quite a bit more things. That's not a proper sentence. Their selection was bigger than the selection that is at the store I normally go to. And they had fall / Thanksgiving things, and my normal store didn't have any of that. I don't know if it's just because they didn't have it unloaded yet or what was going on, but I found some things. Okay, so Dollar General. Oops. This thing keeps getting turned around, so I don't know how I can fix that. I will figure it out. It says blessed. Maybe even a little dab of hot glue. And of course, you could put a little tiny, I was thinking maybe a pumpkin on here. But if I don't find a pumpkin that I like, that I would want to put on here, this is just cute as it is. And I'm going to show you the price tag. $1. I told my husband, I said, I can't leave that on the shelf when it's $1. And he's like, okay, whatever, it's your money. It's your money. Okay, next thing is this pumpkin. Yup, it has a B on it. I'm thinking that they had more letters and we were just a little bit late. B is not my, it's not my initial. However, I will take that off and I will save it in case I do make something for somebody with B. But that's really cute. And I don't know what I would put on there, but again, even as it is, it will look great mixed in with my cross stitch pieces. And $2. $2. Okay, so $2. Okay, and this next thing is really cute, but I have plans. I'm gonna fix it up a little. Okay, it's a little door. Oh my goodness. This is a really great fall color. There are pumpkins that actually are this color, so I thought it was really cute. I told my husband I could take these pieces off. I mean, this truck is back. This is a little truck. You can't even see it. Now, come on. I don't know why, excuse me. I don't know why they put it behind the little wreath versus on top of the little wreath. I don't know, but these pieces will come off and I will mount a little fall stitch there. This bow is cute, but you can see the big daub of kind of the hot glue that they use. So maybe I'll put something there on top of the bow to kind of hide the hot glue a little bit. But this one was $5. So it was a little bit more, but it is a little bit bigger of a piece. It comes with embellishments that you can reuse and already a bow. And that works for me because I have a hard time making bows and I have a hard time embellishing. That is not my strong suit. I can mount the pieces all day, every day. It's the embellishing that I have a real hard time with. So, ooh, that's my husband's. It got in here on accident. Okay, and then we got back to town. We were doing some things and we're like, oh shoot, we forgot a couple things, so we had to go back. So we went back to our regular Dollar General. They had a couple of more things out. Couple more, yes. Sorry, I have trouble with words. And this is one of those wooden bead things that everybody's going crazy for. They did have a witch hat, and they also had a little fall gnome, which was cute, but not my style. So I got the one with the pumpkin. This was $3. $3. So I effectively spent all of my money, and I have one more thing. This I told my husband, I said, can you spot me $3? He said, well, you can take $3 from here and it'll be fine. I said, okay. So this next piece, my husband said, what are you going to do with it? And I said, decorate with it. And I think it's going to be great. It's going to take me some time to gather the pieces and to figure out exactly what I want to do, but it's going to be versatile and I can use it all year long. It will take me quite a while to be able to find pieces for the entire year, but that's okay. It's a toolbox. And it was on clearance. This is metal. The bottom is metal and this is wood. It was on clearance at Tractor Supply. We also went there in between our appointments because we need to get dog food anyway. So my husband said, hey, let's drive in here. They didn't have very many decorations right now. Why Tractor Supply has decorations, I'm not sure, but I'm not going to complain. So, but I did get this. And as you can see, it has little screws. There's some on the bottom that hold the handles on. I asked my husband, I said, do you think that you could take it apart, spray paint the handle and the sides black, and then put it back together? And he said, yeah, I have a screwdriver that size. It shouldn't be a problem. Because everything in the kitchen I have a shelf and a shoe rack and things. It's black and white just like that. So I think if he spray paints the handle black, it will kind of coordinate with some of the other things that we have. And then we have black bookshelves in the living room. So that will be really cool, but it was on clearance and it wiped the rest of my money out. So, but I'm glad to get some more finishing pieces. So that way I can start finishing. It is cooler now, so it's not that bad up in this room, but it is a little bit warm. Anyway, that is all that I have to share with you today. I hope that you found some craft time this last week, especially with the long weekend here in the United States. I hope that you got some relaxing time in. Share with me below what you're working on. I'll look your projects up and see if there's something that I want to add in. Other than that, I will see you next Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your long weekend. Bye.